What if I told you that the most satisfying bowl of soup you'll ever make takes just 40 minutes and contains one secret ingredient that transforms ordinary pork into restaurant-quality perfection? Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll have mastered a technique that will completely change how you approach weeknight cooking. I'm about to share something that took me years to figure out. Most people think making incredible soup requires hours of simmering and complicated techniques. But here's the truth nobody talks about. The difference between mediocre soup and mind-blowing soup isn't time. It's understanding how to build layers of flavor quickly and efficiently. This pork, pepper, and rice noodle soup is going to become your new obsession. Not only is it incredibly healthy and packed with nutrients, but it's also one of those rare dishes that tastes like you spent all day cooking when you actually spent less than an hour. And the best part? Every single ingredient works together to create something that's greater than the sum of its parts. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine coming home after a long day, and instead of ordering takeout or settling for something basic, you create a bowl of soup that's so aromatic, so perfectly balanced, and so satisfying that it literally makes you forget about everything else. That's what we're making today. The foundation of this soup starts with understanding pork. Most people make the mistake of using the wrong cut or cooking it incorrectly, which results in tough, flavorless meat. But I'm going to show you exactly which cut to choose and a simple technique that guarantees tender, juicy pork every single time. For this recipe, you want pork shoulder or pork tenderloin cut into thin strips. The key is cutting against the grain, which breaks down the muscle fibers and ensures every bite is tender. But here's where most people go wrong. They add the pork too early and overcook it. We're going to add it at exactly the right moment to preserve its texture and flavor. Now let's talk about the peppers. This isn't just about adding color to your soup, though the visual appeal is incredible. We're using a combination of bell peppers and one surprising pepper that adds just the right amount of heat without overwhelming the dish. The bell peppers provide sweetness and crunch, while our secret pepper adds depth and complexity. Rice noodles are the star of this show, and choosing the right type makes all the difference. You want fresh rice noodles if you can find them, but dried ones work perfectly too. The trick is preparing them correctly so they don't turn mushy or stick together. I'll show you a foolproof method that guarantees perfect noodles every time. But here's what really makes this soup special: the broth. We're not using store-bought stock or complicated bone broths. Instead, we're creating an incredibly flavorful base using a technique I learned from a chef who spent years perfecting Asian-inspired soups. This method builds layers of flavor in just minutes, and the result is a broth that tastes like it's been simmering for hours. The health benefits of this soup are remarkable. Pork provides high-quality protein and essential B vitamins, especially B12, which supports energy metabolism and nervous system function. The peppers are loaded with vitamin C, more than most citrus fruits, and they contain powerful antioxidants that support immune function. Rice noodles are naturally gluten-free and provide sustained energy without the heaviness of wheat-based noodles. Plus, the combination of protein, vegetables, and complex carbohydrates creates a perfectly balanced meal that will keep you satisfied for hours. Let me walk you through the process step by step. First, we're going to prepare all our ingredients because this soup comes together quickly once we start cooking. The pork gets marinated in a simple mixture that tenderizes the meat and infuses it with flavor. This takes just 10 minutes, but it makes an enormous difference in the final result. While the pork marinates, we prepare our aromatics. This includes garlic, ginger, and green onions, which form the flavor foundation of our broth. The way we handle these ingredients is crucial. We're not just throwing them in a pot, we're using a specific technique that maximizes their impact. Next comes the peppers. We're going to cook them just enough to soften slightly while maintaining their vibrant color and crisp texture. The timing here is everything. Too long and they become mushy. too short and they don't release their flavors into the broth. Now for the magic moment, building the broth. We start with water, but we're adding ingredients in a specific order that creates incredible depth. First goes our aromatics, then a combination of seasonings that includes soy sauce, fish sauce, and a touch of rice vinegar. These ingredients work together to create umami, that savory flavor that makes food irresistible. The pork goes in next, and here's where timing becomes critical. We cook it just until it's done, no longer. Overcooked pork becomes tough and chewy, but perfectly cooked pork stays tender and juicy. I'll show you exactly what to look for. The rice noodles are added last, and they cook directly in the broth, absorbing all those incredible flavors. This is where the soup transforms from good to absolutely spectacular. The noodles soak up the broth while still maintaining their texture, creating the perfect bite every time. But we're not done yet. The final touches are what separate this from ordinary soup. We add fresh herbs at the very end, along with a squeeze of lime juice that brightens everything up. These finishing touches add freshness and complexity that make each spoonful interesting. The result is a bowl of soup that's simultaneously comforting and energizing. It's light enough that you don't feel heavy after eating, but substantial enough to be a complete meal. The flavors are clean and bright, with just enough heat to warm you up without overwhelming your palate. This soup also stores beautifully, making it perfect for meal prep. You can make a large batch and have healthy, delicious meals ready all week. Just store the noodles separately and add them when you reheat individual portions. What makes this recipe truly special is how it proves that healthy eating doesn't require sacrifice. You're not giving up flavor or satisfaction, you're actually getting more of both. Every ingredient serves a purpose, both nutritionally and flavor-wise. This 40-minute pork, pepper, and rice noodle soup will become one of those recipes you return to again and again. It's the kind of dish that makes you excited about cooking and reminds you why homemade food is always worth the effort. Try this recipe this week and let me know in the comments how it turns out. And if you want more quick, healthy recipes like this one, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Trust me, your future self will thank you.